Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we are going to be kicking off the 2021 Abby Awards. One of you guys commented that I should call my 2021 faves the Abby Awards, and I thought that was super cute. So we're going to be doing the Abby Awards for makeup today. So these are going to be my top 10 favorite makeup products from the year 2021. I use these the absolute most. I'm obsessed with them. It does not get better than these products, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. So if you're curious to know my most used makeup products of the year, things that make the skin look really flawless and amazing, but fresh and juicy and radiant, you've come to the right spot, and we're gonna jump into that in a second. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click on that notification bell, and drop a comment below letting me know what one of your makeup favorites from the year was. Thank you so much for doing all of those things. It really helps to support me with the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate you so much. And if you need anything from me at all, it's always going to be listed in my description box below, including my Lightroom preset filters for editing your Instagram photos, my SPF merch, timestamps, discount codes, links to all the products that I'll be sharing, and links to my favorite beauty products of all time. All right, let's jump into it. All right, let's talk about these products in order of application. So we will start off with complexion first. My #1 favorite complexion product of the year is officially the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. For a long time, I thought that another L'Oreal product was gonna take first place for me. I think it's called the Serum Foundation with Sunscreen. I've talked about that a lot. I absolutely love that. But I discovered this after, and this actually started to replace that product because this is unreal. I cannot even tell you guys how absolutely beautiful this is. The formula is very liquidy and water-like, so it's incredibly lightweight. It blends beautifully on the skin, and it just looks so fresh and radiant and natural and just very skin-like. It is stunning. Oh my gosh. Another thing that I love about this product is that the coverage is really versatile. So if you're in the mood for a very natural, light coverage kind of day, you can achieve that with this product and it will look beautiful, but you can also build it up to be, I would say, medium to full. I don't think you can get to a full coverage with this, but a really pretty flawless medium to full coverage. And it looks beautiful with any level of coverage that you decide, and it doesn't feel heavy if you do want a little bit more coverage than that really light natural look. So that's amazing. And on top of that, it just stays looking fresh all day long. So it's a really long wear product. This isn't something that starts to look really greasy on me. For reference, I do have combination skin that leans oily, and a lot of products do tend to look oily on my skin as the day goes on and I need to repowder, but I don't feel the need to do that with this. It just works with my oils in such a beautiful way. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut myself off there because I could talk about this for the entire video. It is stunning. My one complaint about this product is that the color selection kinda sucks. I really hope that they come out with more shades. I have the shade 0.5 to 2, very light, and it does work for me, but they need more shades. Other than that, this is a dream. All right, let's move on to concealer next. So this is actually one of the 2 products that I have in this video that is newer to my collection. And typically I don't love to do that for annual favorites because I want to be talking about things that I used and loved all year long, but I will make an exception if I discover a product towards the end of the year that I think kind of blows everything else out of the water. And that's what I think this concealer did. And it's also a drugstore product. I love that so much. It's the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. What the heck is going on at the drugstore? Again, I don't understand how this is affordable. I have tried so many concealers this year, drugstore, middle price point, high end, and I feel like I've been really struggling to find something that works with my skin. I do feel like concealers are settling into my lines a little bit more than they used to. I don't have ripe 21-year-old skin anymore, you know? Like, I've got a little bit of lines around my eyes when I smile. Things will settle more than they used to, so I feel like concealers that I used to love don't quite work for me in the same way anymore. So I've been on the hunt and I've been struggling. What is this magic? I don't get it. So when you first pump this out of the little bottle here, it does have a little bit of a creamier consistency than something like that L'Oreal Tinted Serum, which again is very watery, but it still feels incredibly lightweight. You don't feel it sitting under the eyes at all. I would say you also get versatile coverage with this, but more medium to full instead of light to medium, which I love because I have pretty prominent under eye circles. So I definitely want that coverage, but I want it to look fresher and more natural. And that's what I feel I get with this. This is also very skin-like. It just looks so good under the eyes, and it's not something that's going to look wet and dewy, but it just melts into the skin in the most beautiful way, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a full coverage intense concealer. No cakiness, it doesn't settle into lines. Don't understand that. How does that happen at the drugstore? And it lasts all day long, looking amazing. I am just kind of freaking out over the combination of these two products. They are so gorgeous separately, but especially together. So that's what I have on the face now. I am wearing all of the products that I'll be sharing with you guys, but this has been my go-to combination. I'll wear this on a night out. I'll wear it during the day. Doesn't matter, don't care. I just love them so much. And if these are ever discontinued, well, I'm not gonna put that into the universe. This powder is something that a lot of you will probably see coming. I have been raving about this for the past several months. It is the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, and this honestly is probably the most beautiful setting powder I've tried in years. Setting powder is definitely another one of those categories that I had to experiment with quite a bit this year, because I feel like a lot of the powders that I was relying on before are just looking too dry and flat on the skin. They're clinging and settling into areas that I don't love. So I was on the hunt to find a setting powder that didn't look cakey, didn't look dry and matte, didn't add additional coverage, but set my makeup in place perfectly and allowed it to last all day long while leaving my skin looking fresh. That's essentially impossible to do with the powder, but this somehow makes it possible, and it's like $6, which I just cannot comprehend. So this does all of those things that I just described. It's a loose setting powder. It's very, very soft. At first, when you apply it on top of a dewier product, like for example, that L'Oreal Tinted Serum, it does of course look a little bit matte because it's a powder, but when you give it like 20, 30 minutes or even up to an hour, your skin will just come to life. I promise you. This is another one of those products that I feel prevents me from looking really, really greasy, but doesn't mattify my oils. It actually uses my oils. What am I trying to say? It just meshes my oils with the powder and with the complexion products perfectly so that my skin stays looking fresh for hours. So this will literally last all day long. It will keep your makeup looking perfect. It's just so stunning, gorgeous, amazing, perfect, beautiful. Everything. All right, moving on to bronzer next. So I was kind of torn on this category. There were a few different bronzers that actually came out this year that I really loved, that I reached for a lot. But the bronzer that I think I reached for the most is the Glowish bronzer by Huda Beauty, or their Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, which I think is the perfect way to describe this product. So the reason why I love this is that this still kind of gives me that luminous look on the cheeks without it being a creamy, greasy looking cream bronzer. That I think is kind of just my struggle right now with makeup altogether. As someone with skin that leans oily and can look greasy with the wrong products, I want my skin to look radiant and luminous, but I don't want to look greasy. And I feel like cream products most of the time end up looking really greasy on me. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer does not do that. That was one of the bronzers that I almost included in this video. It is beautiful, amazing. I will link that below if you want a cream option that doesn't look oily on the cheeks, but I just found myself reaching for this more. It gives you that beautiful radiance, but it doesn't look glittery, and it's still just, I don't know, it just works some magic on the cheeks. And I feel like this kind of setup here where there's some lighter, well, not some lighter, it's like there's one lighter base shade and then a little bit of, this shouldn't be so difficult for me to describe. There's clearly more than one shade in this pan. We'll go with that. I actually love that about this bronzer though, because the result is a lot more subtle and buildable, and the powder is very blendable. So if you want it to be darker, you can definitely build it up to that. But a lot of bronzing powders that are, let's say, like this dark are easier to go overboard with, especially when you're super fair like me, and then sometimes they go patchy when you try to blend them out, and you just end up with a result that's a little more harsh than you would like. But I never run into that problem with this bronzer. It's just beautiful. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, for blush, this is the other product that is very new to my collection, but it does something for me that no other powder blush has ever done, and it's from Haus Laboratories. This is actually the only Haus product I own, and it is called their Tutti Gel Powder All Over Rouge, and I have the shade Amarone. But this is the only powder blush that I have ever tried in my entire life that I think almost looks like a liquid blush on the cheeks or a cream blush. And again, as somebody with oily skin, that is exactly what I am going for in a powder, but I've never tried a blush before that does what this does. It just has that juiciness to it. I'm overusing that word in this video, but that's clearly the theme, juicy skin 2021. It just does that. It is so stunning. I really love this shade too. Something about it is just very, very flirty and fresh. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Just like this deep, cool toned pink, a little bit of a reddish vibe. Oh my goodness, and so blendable. Again, something that you could really build up if you want to be an intense pop of color, or you can keep it more on the subtle side. It is stunning and without a doubt the most beautiful blush I've tried all year long. Plus, this lasts all day on my skin as well. I'm sure a lot of you will be able to guess my favorite highlighter from the year as well. It is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, and I honestly don't ever reach for any of my other highlighters anymore. The only time that I do is when I'm like, you have all of these other products, you should use them, but I want to be using this the entire time. This is just my perfect highlighter. I have found it unless I find something better. This is gonna be it for me, and it's like $3, come on. So this is a baked powder that feels very soft and also looks very soft on the cheeks. With just one application, it's really subtle. It gives you that diffused glow from within look. It's absolutely beautiful. You can build it up with 2 applications and it will beam a little bit more if you're into more of an intense highlight. But again, initially, it's not too intense. It's just perfect for every day. And again, the only thing that I ever want to use anymore. It's just beautiful. For brows, my favorite product is definitely the Arches and Halos Angled Brow Shading Pencil. I have mentioned this at least a million times already, but I have to bring it up every time I talk about this. In case any of you are new, it would be wrong for me not to. This is an exact dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, and this brand, Arches and Halos, just in total is like a dupe brand for ABH. They have so many of the exact same products. They're equally as amazing for a lot less money. So I really love this brand. This product in particular is my favorite because it's the perfect size and shape and consistency to get a really nice looking brow that's not too intense, looks natural, but really helps a girl out who doesn't naturally have brows. And the color I think is perfect too. I have the shade Sunny Blonde, which I think is just a really nice shade if you have fair skin, if you have blonde hair. I feel like the lightest shade from ABH was just always a little bit too dark for me. So Arches and Halos, check them out, but especially the Angled Brow Pencil. Okay, for eyeliner, you guys know I have been obsessed with the brown eyeshadow wing this year. I think it's absolutely beautiful, a little bit more natural looking, and I was going to include my Tartelette Juicy eyeshadow palette, which is my holy grail for getting that because of these amazing matte browns, but you guys told me that this doesn't exist anymore, which I'm very confused about because this came out in the spring this year, in like April, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, and now they don't have this exact palette. They only have a smaller version of this, which really bothers me because this was it for me, but there are tons of eyeshadow palettes that have really good matte browns, so you don't need that palette exactly. So I'm not going to include that in this video. We're just gonna skip that category. Any matte brown eyeshadow will do, but let's move on to mascara. I do feel like I need to give an honorable mention though to the brush that I used to create my eyeshadow winged liner. It's the EIG Show Angled Eyeliner Brush. You can get this on Amazon. Of course, I'll list it below. This is the best brush for creating wings with shadow. It's just the perfect size and length and shape. I've tried a lot. Nothing beats this. So good. Nothing has changed here, but I wanted to bring this up because I still get asked about my lashes a lot. I am including these 2 mascaras as one product because I always use them together, and together they are incredible. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. So I will use Maybelline first, then go in with L'Oreal, and this just gives me the most perfect combination of separated, lengthened, voluminous lashes. So I'm gonna list a video below where I talk through these and show you exactly how I apply them step by step, up close and personal in action. So that'll be in my description box if you would like to see exactly what I do with these, but it just doesn't get better. They're the best. And I've tried a lot of high-end mascaras. They're still the best. And we have made it to the last category, which is lips. So this was definitely the year of juicy, glossy, shiny looking lips for me. So for that reason, I don't have a lipstick actually, shocker. I have a lip oil and a lip gloss, and these are to die for. The lip oil that I could not get enough of this year is the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil. So I went crazy in the lip oil department this year. I probably bought like 10 to 15 different lip oils, and I have tried everything from drugstore to high end. I know people are obsessed with the Dior lip oil. That was one of my purchases. It's great. This is better. It is the most cushy, comfortable, amazing lip oil ever. It just has that cush, pillowiness to it that I feel like a lot of other lip oils don't have. It's not greasy, it's not sticky, it has the most insane amount of shine, and this shade 02 Raspberry is perfect if you want a really natural looking flush, just like a little pop of color on the lips. Oh my gosh. And the winner for lip gloss is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I also went a little bit crazy on the Fenty glosses. I bought like almost every shade this year because I just love this formula so much. Again, kind of like that Clarins lip oil. It's very comfortable, a little cushy, not as much as the lip oil because it's not an oil, it's a gloss, but comfortable, non-sticky, non-greasy, and they have such pretty shades. I love the shade Fussy because I would say it adds a little bit of depth to the lips. Like it's not super light and nude looking where it kind of washes you out. It gives you a little bit of color, has some glitter and shimmer in there to bring some dimension to the lips. But again, it still is very natural. So beautiful Fenty Gloss Bombs winner. All right, you guys, and with that, we have made it to the end of the 2021 Abby Awards for makeup. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you discovered some products that you're excited to test out yourself. Let me know in the comments below. What are you gonna test out after watching this video? Again, as always, everything is going to be listed and linked in order of mention in my description box below, so it's really easy for you to find. If you currently use any of these products, if these are your holy grails, let me know that as well. Or if there's a product that I didn't mention that you think I need to try based on what I've said I love, you have to let me know that as well. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click on that notification bell, and send my channel to a friend. Thank you so much for doing all of those things. It means the world. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned for my next video. That will be up in a few days, but until then, I hope you have a great few days.